Finally, after being in YouTube jail, I have been released and we can finally resume what we so desperately love to see. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hold My Nuggets Incorporated once again for your 2021 NFL Week 12 Thanksgiving edition predictions show. It is I, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis, your humble host to let you know who is winning this week and why. I know we have been yearning to hear what my predictions are. I've been waiting to see what your predictions are in the comment section, and finally I have been freed to where we can do that once again. Now, we've got 5 primetime games on the docket for this week of football. You got 3 on Thanksgiving, you've got 1 in Sunday Night Football, and you got another in Monday Night Football, and I am ecstatic. As we all know, once we reach Week 12 in the NFL for the last, as long as I've been alive, now that I'm thinking about it, until the Super Bowl, we are going to see the most exciting weeks of football. Darn near every game is good. If I'm not mistaken, at the conclusion of, if not this week, the next week or the following week, there will be no more bye weeks. So we're going to have 16 games of football week in, week out, and I cannot wait. But before we get into the predictions, let me introduce you to today's video's sponsor. Hey sports fans, you trying to win big? Of course you are. Let me introduce you to the Sidelines app. Sidelines is a free tool designed to ensure that users get the best value on their sports bets and make informed decisions. They don't just offer data-driven betting tips, but rather they take the hard work out of sport betting by collecting and analyzing all relevant data, including odds, statistics, line movements, and provide more users vivid real-time information on the leagues that they're interested in wagering on. You can build out your bet slip with the Sidelines app, and they'll redirect you to a legal betting operator of your choice to play with your real money. One of the best features unique to the Sideline app is that you can track any player's performance for free in real time, along with your entire bet slip coupled with win probability percentages. To make matters even better, they have reward levels that can be obtained freely by all users. So for every level that you just so happen to go up, an exclusive reward will be shared with you. Sidelines uses a Tinder-style functionality to help you pick your player bets, adding a more fun element to your experience compared to other platforms. And the more you use Sidelines, you begin to unlock amazing deposit offers and perks with partner sportsbooks like DraftKings, FanDuel, and Fox Bet. You can access all of these for free, but do keep in mind that this app is exclusively for people who are legally able to bet in the state that they live in. So what are you waiting for? This could be one of the best decisions you ever made in your life. Download the Sidelines app and go and beat the odds today. Now, let's get right into the games. First and foremost, the very first game of our Thanksgiving day of football. Chicago Bears go on the road to take on the Detroit Lions, where they have waxed that ass 6 of the last 7 times. However, there's a little bit of news that you need to be updated on as it pertains to the Chicago Bears. No Akeem Hicks. Moreover, no Justin Fields. Andy Dalton will be getting the start for this game, and as it stands right now for the Detroit Lions, Jared Goff is listed as questionable. So we're not too sure if he's going to be starting this game. We're going to find out. Most likely it's going to be a game time decision, or the news will be dropped early tomorrow morning. So keep that in mind. The Bears are going into enemy territory to take on the Detroit Lions without Justin Fields. However, if you go over to the Sidelines app, this is what our prop bets are looking like. DeAndre Swift over under 69.5 yards. Tell you the truth, Detroit's been running that rock. Give me DeAndre Swift over. So as far as I'm concerned, as it pertains to this particular game, give me the Detroit Lions winning their very first football game of the year. The tie against the Pittsburgh Steelers don't count. Against the Chicago Bears in prime time to kick off Thanksgiving football. I believe this is the game Dan Campbell been looking for the entire doggone season, and he will not be eating kneecaps. He will be eating turkey with a W inside the locker room. Lock me in with Detroit being on top. Next up, Raiders and Cowboys. Cowboys losing 2 of their last 3 games. The Raiders lost 3 consecutive. The Cowboys lost 3 of their last 4 on Thanksgiving. On top of that, Amari Cooper out with COVID. You got CeeDee Lamb battling a doggone concussion. They're not even too sure if he's going to be able to play on Thanksgiving Day. They're saying it's possibly looking like he can maybe make it, but I believe it's going to be somewhat of a game time decision. Ezekiel Elliott, that brother been banged up all season. I think it's a knee injury right now. He's going to play, but he is listed as questionable as well. For the Raiders, my God, it's the same story the last couple of years, as they were formerly known as Gruden Grinders. They start out the first half of the season white hot. 2 losses, 3 losses here, 5 wins or 6 wins here, and then what happens? Fall off of a cliff. And it appears that I do not believe they're going to stop falling, not on Thanksgiving Day. Give me the Cowboys to walk away with this W. And over on the Sidelines app, you got an over under 5.5 receptions for Darren Waller. Truly, let's just be honest. Every time it's prime time and you know the Oakland, Las Vegas, formerly known as Gruden Grinder Raiders, are playing football, Derek Vehicle's going to find that way to get the football to Darren Waller. I probably would lean more towards the over 5.5 receptions. But don't take it from me. And last but not least, to round out our Thanksgiving games, you got the Buffalo Bills going on the road down to New Orleans to take on them Saints. Both these teams struggling. The Saints losers of 3 straight. The Bills losers of 2 of their last 3. And after seeing the inferior Josh Allen, that's the quarterback for the Bills, play against the superior Josh Allen, the defensive end for the Jacksonville Jaguars, he has not been the same. But what about his performance against the Jets? Nobody cares about that. Okay, now, granted, New Orleans have won, I believe, their last 5 games against Buffalo. But this ain't the same New Orleans of old. That's not Drew Brees who's playing quarterback. Hell, it's not even James Winston playing quarterback. It's Trevor Siemian. Moreover, the ultimate safety blanket in Alvin Shinsuke Nakamura is ruled out. Mark Ingram is listed as questionable. So as far as I'm concerned, the Saints they got who playing on offense? Nobody knows. They better call up Adrian Peterson. He just got released from the Titans. Why did they waive him? But we ain't talking about that right now. Give me the Bills to bounce back on the road. And let's take a look at the Sidelines app to see what those prop bets are looking like. Come on now. Josh Allen's best friend, Stephon Diggs, sitting in a situation where you got an over-under of 6.5 receptions. Give me the over. You know it's prime time. That brother gonna shine with the lights on him. I expect a huge performance. He might just mess around, go out there and score 3 touchdowns. We're going to see a Diglett turn into Doug Trio live after he's already a Doug Trio.
It's damn true.
Now, as it pertains for the rest of the week following Thanksgiving, we'll enter regular Happy Sunday football. And let's start off with the rematch of Tom Terrific taking on his nemesis, Peyton Manning and the Colts. What? Oh, it's not 2000. That's right. It's Carson Wentz and the Colts. Or I should say, Jonathan Taylor and the Colts. Tom Brady is undefeated. Since 2010, he's 8-0 against the Colts. They have never come close to beating this man. And I do not think that's going to stop. All right, I think you're going to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take care of business. Although Jonathan Taylor Swift is playing magnificent as of late, people are talking about throwing him in the MVP conversation. I guess once King Henry done fell, Jonathan Taylor Swift done picked up the crown and said, I will be the rushing leader in 2021. Is that going to help them win? Absolutely not. Give me the Buccaneers to win this game on the road over, and I was about to say the RCA Dome, but in Lucas Oil Stadium. I think the only oil that's going to be spilled is going to be that of the Indianapolis Colts, while the entire gas station gets blown up by Tom Brady finding pieces and weapons all over the field. As we already knew throughout earlier in the season, the Colts struggled in the red zone. They got that stuff fixed. But I think that's going to return in this particular game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Give me the Buccaneers to win on the road. And now you're going to hear the talks in the media about the Bucs are back. The Bucs are back. The Bucs are back going to the Super Bowl. But let's not talk about that right now. All right, it's only week 12. Next up, in a game that absolutely nobody will be watching, the Jets on the road to take on the Houston Texans. What is that Deion Sanders once said? Ain't nobody care. Ain't nobody care. But the Jets have scored nearly 25 points since week 8. So since that being the case and seeing how abysmal the Texans are, despite the fact that Tyrod Taylor just, where did this performance come from last week? Where did this come from last week? Do I expect that same thing to happen? Actually, yes. Give me the Texans to win at home. They took out the Titans last week. You think they can't put out the same performance? Give me the Texans to win at home against the New York Jets. All right, next up, Eagles and the Giants battle of the bottom of the AFC, or I should say NFC East. Philly won 8 of the last 9 games, and I'm be honest with you. As much as I would love to sit here and say I'm going to keep my same prediction from earlier in the season and say I hope Philly never wins another game because they refuse to give the football to Miles Sanders. That was early in the season before the brother got hurt. I think Philly is going to get the job done because, my God, the Giants are awful. The Giants are absolutely awful. And I think Jalen Hurts is starting to actually figure it out. All right. And I think he's been able to actually, despite the terrible play calling, I think he's been able to overcome that, somewhat. Now, granted, the terrible play calling still exists. Let's not make it seem as if Sirianni know what the hell he's doing. He still don't know what the hell he's doing. He better kiss that job away by the end of this year, unless, of course, the Eagles rally off a ton of wins. But that's neither here nor there. Give me the Eagles to win on the road in MetLife Stadium and take down the New York Giants. They're going to move on to 500, and now the conversation about what's going on in the NFC East is about to get a little bit loud. Because I'm telling you right now, once the Eagles, think about over the past couple of years, all right? This going back probably about a decade. When the Eagles get hot, they get hot. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something in Philly, maybe in the cheesesteaks. When they get hot, they get hot. So I think there's a possibility they could go on a little run here. Now, how long will it last? I don't know. But I think they're going to make things interesting in the NFC East. I still got, the Cowboys winning the division. But still, all right, give me the Eagles to win on the road. Panthers taking on the Dolphins. Let me tell you something right now. Cam had his home return spoiled. I'm pretty sure he got a sour taste in his mouth about that. And Miami, still don't believe in him. Still don't believe in him. I think Cam is going to get those guys going. Now, granted, Miami won 3 consecutive games. I think it ends here. Give me the Carolina Panthers to go ahead and win this doggone game. I think Cam is going to continue to have the same kind of performances that he's had. Like last week, he played very good. Against Arizona, he only played a couple of plays, but still, nevertheless, he found the end zone a couple of times. I think he's going to revitalize, that fire, the flame inside of the Carolina Panthers, and they're going to get back to 500. Give me the Panthers to win on the road in Miami. Titans taking on the Patriots. The Patriots are white hot. White hot. In fact, they're plus 123 point differentials this season. That's the highest in the NFL. And I think it's going to continue. I told you guys at the beginning of the year, do not count out the Patriots. I told you guys they're going to find a way to make things interesting. And here they sit at the top of the AFC East. I called it. I told you. Do not just sit over there. Oh, Belichick had a bad season last year. Brady didn't need Belichick. Belichick needed Brady. Belichick's not as good as we thought he was. And suddenly, with a rookie quarterback, he has himself in a position where they can mess around and win the division. Now, granted, there's a ton of games that's left. I believe 6 in total. But still, nevertheless, I believe in the doggone Patriots, and the Lolly Lule Low are going to get it done at home because the Titans continue to struggle since losing Derrick Henry. Give me the Patriots at home to take down the former Patriot, Mike Vrabel, and his Tennessee Titans. I think they're going to get after Ryan Tannehill all day. Judon is having a hell of a doggone season, and I think that's going to continue this Sunday. Give me the Lolly Lule Low winning at home in Star Foxborough, and they're going to walk away. Gillette, the best W you can get. That's exactly what's going to happen this Sunday. Steelers and Bengals, vengeance! Every single game that I have seen Pittsburgh play this year has been winnable. Every single one. Now, granted, they tied against the Lions 2 weeks ago, but I'm going to count it as a loss. They came all the way back against the Chargers this past Sunday. It still is a loss. They've got to showcase some kind of resiliency to want to bounce back. Cincinnati had a little bit of a stretch where, they forgot who they were for a couple of weeks, but they bounced back. They got themselves a big W. They've scored 30-plus points in 4 of the last 5 games. And if Pittsburgh's defense can't get healthy, they're going to have a bad time. TJ Watt, Minka Fitzpatrick, Joe Hayden, come back, please. Please! Devin Bush, I don't know who you were when you were a rookie and who you became after the the ACL injury. But my God, go back to the way you were before, or we got to get Shazier up in there. Shazier right now. Because that's how bad Devin Bush is looking on the football field. I'm only saying I'm picking Pittsburgh because, damn it, they gave me a little hope. Don't let me down. Cincinnati has no reason to lose this game. It's going to be in Cincinnati. Give me Pittsburgh. Don't let me down. You understand me? Don't let me down! Next up, we got the Falcons going on the road to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Is anybody watching this game? Hell no, they aren't. Nobody's watching this game. Jacksonville has scored 17 points or fewer in 4 games since their bye week. That is brutal. They are struggling to find the end zone. They're struggling to even kick field goals. Wherever the case just so happens to be, give me the Falcons to win on the road. Now, granted, the Falcons have been very underachieving this particular season. I thought they was going to mess around and be second in their division. There is no reason why I should have thought that. But for some apparent reason, I thought Matt Ryan was going to prove all the haters wrong. Free that brother. Get him the hell out of Atlanta. Get that brother the hell out of Atlanta. Atlanta's going to win on the road here. They're going to get one step closer to approaching 500. But my God, the Jacksonville Jaguars, it's only their defense that's going to keep them alive. I have no faith in their offense. Unless, of course, they put the hand in the ball, they put the ball in the hand of Agnew. That's the only person that's going to give me any sort of faith with their offense. But give me the Falcons to win on the road. Chargers and the Broncos, divisional match up. All right, both games between these two teams in 2020 were decided by 3 points or fewer. Let me tell you something, all right? Divisional matchup, trap game. Upset alert. There's no reason why the Chargers should lose this football game, but damn it, they will. Give me the Broncos to win in Mile High, and they're going to have the Chargers going back to L.A. smoking not only a weed, but smoking some L. Did I say smoking a weed? They're not only going to be going back smoking a blunt, they're going back smoking on the Chargers pack, which just so happened to be an L. And now no Chargers. No, they're going to take an L this week. Truly, when I was looking at it, I'm like, man, you know what? Broncos going to get, they're going to get clapped. But for whatever reason, I think the Chargers are going to have one of those moments where they have a little bit of a blunder. They had a big Sunday Night Football victory, and I think this is going to be the trap game for them. Give me Denver at home, taking down the Los Angeles Chargers. And then Packers and the Rams. Big game in the NFC. Moreover, big game in the NFL. I think this is going to be the game of the week. All right, Rodgers is 3-0 against Los Angeles, undefeated against them. Moreover, well, since they went to Los Angeles, but whatever the case may be, he's undefeated against them. He even beat him in the postseason too, and I think that's fixing to continue. All right, I think that's fixing to continue. Now, granted, he got a little bit of issue with his foot. I still got a little concerns with the Green Bay, defense. However, I think the Rams got more questions that got to be answered than the Green Bay Packers. I think the Packers going to bounce back. I think they're going to bounce back from this loss from Minnesota, and they're going to go out there and take care of business. And I really still, till this day, I believe this will be the preview of our NFC Championship. These two teams will go on to possibly fight for the right to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. I don't care who else is playing that well in the NFC. Give me these two at the end of the playoffs to possibly see who will get the right to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. But I got the Packers winning at home. Next up, Vikings and 49ers. Vikings are riding high off a huge victory, all right? And San Francisco has lost 12 of their last 15 home games. However, I think it's going to extend up to 13 of their last 16. Give me the Vikings on the road. They had a huge emotional victory this past weekend against a divisional opponent in the Green Bay Packers. And moreover, I like the way Kirk family member Cousins has been playing this entire season. I think that's going to continue against San Francisco, and I think they're going to walk away with the W. Both these teams sitting at 500. I think one of them is going to mess around and drop below, because this game ain't going to end in a tie, and it's going to be the Minnesota Vikings giving the 49ers that trip on the doggone L train. Give me the Minnesota Vikings on the road against San Francisco. I think they're going to run the football well. I think that offense is going to explode for over 400 total yards. I think Justin Jefferson and also Adam Thielen are going to have hell of a games. I expect them to go out there and take care of business. Give me Minnesota. My damn monitor died. I thought the camera cut off, but it never did. But nevertheless, Sunday Night Football AFC North matchup. Ravens and Browns. Man, I expect this game to be fireworks. This is the second best game of the week, in my opinion, right behind what's going to be going down in Green Bay between the Rams and the Packers. I expect this game to have fireworks across the doggone, field. Both teams are averaging over 150 yards, this particular season. And on top of that, Lamar Jackson is back. said he's feeling good after dealing with his illness. He's confident that he'll be back to the player that he is. And moreover, the Browns' offensive woes continue to struggle. Game in, game out. Baker Mayfield, he's got that chip on his shoulder. He needs that chip on his shoulder for all intents and purposes. That brother always constantly feel like the whole world is against him, and he's going to have to go out there and perform. Moreover, Kareem Hunt, I believe he is back, all right? And there's an offensive lineman who's back as well. Chubb is still playing very good football. I expect this game to be absolute fireworks up and down the doggone field. But initially, I had the Ravens winning this doggone game. I really did. But I think it's going to come down to a field goal, and I think Cleveland's going to win this on the road. I think Cleveland's going to win this game on the road. I think it might not be as high scoring as people may think it will be. I think this game might not have a team reach 20 points. It might be one of those 17-14 finishes, one of those 14-13 finishes. Well, maybe not 14-13, but one of those maybe maybe a 14-13 kind of finish. I think it's going to be a difference of at the most 4 points. At the most 4 points. But I think this game here is going to be, you're going to be surprised at the performance of the defenses. They're going to shut stuff down. I don't expect anybody to be able to pass the ball the best. I expect this to have to be a primarily on the ground kind of game. I think this is going to be one of the fastest Sunday Night Football games that we've seen all season. Game gonna kick off at 8:20. Game might just be over before we even hit 11. Matter of fact, we'd be lucky if we make it to 10:45. I think that the first quarter by the breeze, they're gonna run the football and the clock never gonna stop. You'd have thought it was a high school game. But give me the Cleveland Browns with the upset alert over the Baltimore Ravens. I think it's going to be a field goal that wins them this doggone game. I think it's going to be one pass from Baker Mayfield in the fourth quarter that puts his team into position, field goal range, and then Nick Chubb or Kareem Hunt is going to break through and put them in a spot to where it's down near a chip shot field goal, and they're going to kick it through the uprights as time is either elapsing or there's under a minute remaining. And then you're going to see the Ravens feel like, damn, we done missed out. But they've been in nail biters all season long, so don't get me wrong. If the Ravens got time, they going to make it do what it do. But I do not see them winning this doggone game. It may change. But from where I sit right now, give me Cleveland. And last but not least, Monday Night Football in a game that people probably shouldn't watch, but damn it, they will. You got the Seattle Seahawks on the road to take on the Washington name-redacted football team. Now, granted, this was supposed to be a game that was way better than what it actually is right now. Because on paper, coming into the season, we thought Seattle would at least be, we didn't think they were going to be a playoff team, but we thought Russell Wilson, got rallied the troops. That ain't the case because the brother was hurt, and on top of that, the team is absolutely abysmal. And then, of course, you got the Washington football team, which ridiculous underachievers this particular year. But in this particular game, I'm going to go with the football team because Seattle's offense, pain. Their defense, pain. The football team, their defense, pain. Moreover, that offense, but as of late, Washington has actually played, decent football for all intents and purposes. So give me Washington to win at home. And these are my predictions. I've got the Lions winning their first game of the year. The Cowboys winning at home. Give me the Bills on the road against the Saints. Buccaneers taking down the Colts. Texans taking down the Jets. Eagles on the road giving the Beats Padre to the New York Giants. The Panthers getting Cam that W against the Dolphins. Give me the Patriots, the Lally Lule Low, winning against the Titans. The Steelers on the road to take down the Bengals. Please don't lose. The Falcons on the road taking down the Jaguars. Upset alert. The Broncos taking down the Chargers. Packers defeating the Rams in a NFC Championship preview. Vikings on the road taking down the 49ers. Browns, upset alert, taking down the Baltimore Ravens. And last but not least, the football team leaving victorious over the Seattle Seahawks. These are my picks, not yours. But let me know in the comments section who you believe is winning this particular week. And more importantly, thank you so much for Sidelines sponsoring this video. I can't wait to see what your predictions are, doggone it. Get your ass out of here.